Hi, second grade scientist or biologist. This is Mrs. Munoz, and this is my videos to start us out with the what type of water is better for plants experiment. So with this experiment, we will be comparing salt water and regular water when watering our plants. So that'll be a pretty fun experiment. Now I've completed this entire experiment for you so that you don't need to necessarily do the whole thing yourselves, as it will take a month to complete the entire thing. And that's a month of just the experiment, not the 10 days before I had to plant the plants. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that it's all done for you. That doesn't mean that I don't encourage you to do this entire experiment if you want, but it's optional. So you can plant the plants and take the time to do it, and I would highly recommend that. I've done it for you here just for sake of time. All right, so some of the supplies that you're going to need, everybody's going to need a student journal, whether you decide to do the experiment or not. You're also going to need the student CER, which I'll show you later on. And then you're going to need a ruler or some sort of way to measure. So I've got a tape measure here that does inches on one side and let's see here, centimeters and inches on the other. So you need something to measure with. You need 2 clear plastic cups. You will need 10 seeds. You will need potting soil. You will need salt, and you will need water. All right, so this is what I did to prepare. I planted the seeds 10 days, actually now 12 days before this video. I planted it 10 days before I started the activity, and now 10 days we started the, or 12 days since we started the activity. You put 5 seeds in each cup, and then you water with 50 milliliters of water each day. Now, if you're doing this yourself, it just depends on the plant that you're using. So maybe your plant doesn't necessarily need 50 milliliters, maybe it needs a little bit less. So you're just going to kind of test that out. But my plants seem to be doing pretty well with 50 milliliters, so that's what we've been sticking to. And just FYI, 50 milliliters is like a little bit less than a quarter of a cup of water. So most measuring tools tell you the milliliters on there as well. Help you with your metric practice. All right, so our procedure, we keep the plants in the same space with the same amount of sunlight. We have one plant that is watered with regular water and then another plant that is watered with salt water. So I'll show you kind of my setup over here. It's all around my kitchen sink. Hopefully you all can see. So I've got one plant here. This is my regular water plant, and then I've got tape down here that says salt water. And so this one is actually being watered with a jug of salt water that I prepared. I put about a quarter cup of salt into this liter and a half jug. And I shake it up every time I am going to water. And then I pour the water in to make sure that we are watering it regularly with the same amount I use the 50 milliliters of water every day. So this is now day 2, so you could already kind of see a little bit of the difference between the 2 plants, but I'll bring them over here and we'll definitely look at the plants and measure as well. Okay, so you'll be using your student journal and we'll be filling it out. I may not make videos necessarily every day for every day of measurement because that ends up being a lot of videos, but I will be posting pictures in the PowerPoint of me measuring and then how I've been filling in my table so that you can follow along. Okay, so it's day 2, so that's what we're going to go ahead and fill out right here. And when you look at the PowerPoint, you'll have pictures of every day with the measurements filled in. So let's go ahead and look at it, and I'll use my handy dandy measuring tool. So just a second here to prepare the space so that you can see me measuring. Okay, so this plant right here, I've already watered recently, so we aren't necessarily going to water today, but for day 4, I'll have it showing you how I'm watering. We're going to take the tallest part of the plant. Now the plant is drooping. This plant here, this is a saltwater plant. It's already drooping a little bit, which might be something to think about. But we're going to try to get the tallest part of the plant, and that's about 4.5 inches. So you can write that in. The salt water is 4.5 inches, and then got our nice Oh, one with getting regular water here. And that one seems to be about 5 inches. Okay. You can see how I measured and how I am recording it on my piece of paper here and show that to you now. So I've got day 2 already on there. I'll have pictures to share with you as well. Like I said, we'll measure every other day this month, 28 days. And then let me show you how we're going to wrap this up. So then you should have a final discussion with your parents or the adult that's helping you with IA. What did we test? Which type of water is better for plant growth? How do you know? Why is salt water not good for watering plants? And can you think of any plants that might thrive if watered with salt water? So some things to think about. And then what you're going to then complete a CER. You'll be just doing a claim and an evidence. And your prompt is think like a scientist, write a scientific explanation that describes which type of water is better for plants. So your claim will be that either salt water or regular water is best for plants. And then you're going to use the data from your table to say which plant is better or which type of water is better for the plants. And you need to use at least 2 pieces of evidence for that. Okay? All right, that's all we have for this experiment. I will be posting at least a couple more videos throughout the experiment, but the PowerPoint will show pictures of me measuring and the plants and how they're developing each day. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye now.